The following presentation of the National Football League.
Here is Cam Little, ready to get this thing started. And off we go from Buffalo. On the return is Brandon Codrington. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Bills offense heading out, and they are led by the MVP of the National Football League, 29-year-old quarterback Josh Allen in the prime of his career.
I think in today's modern NFL, if you had the ability to create a quarterback and all the qualities, Josh Allen's at or near the top of the list. And what I mean by that, Mike, is he's big, he's mobile, he can run to escape, but he can also run as a designed option. And then, of course, in the passing game, he can make every throw. He's smart, he elevates those around him. The last piece of the puzzle, can he get over the hump and have that postseason success to really put him in that upper echelon category?
An ideal beginning to this drive. 24 on the first play.
Well, it's hard to imagine starting a game much better than that. Great play design. You can tell all week they love that play to start the game, and, man, you can see why.
Again, Cook, and he will not be able to turn upfield. He'll drop him behind the line.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings him down for a loss.
In motion, Shakir. Throwing on second down. It's Allen. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up third down.
A gain of 1 brings up 3rd and 12.
Operating out of the gun, here comes Allen. Open man, right side, he's got it. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Moore going in motion. 1st and 10, and it's Allen. And they're going to get this ball down to the 20-yard line. 20 yards on that pass play. Good for a Bills first down.
And that's a nice grab for his first catch of the game, Mike. And he's someone that the play caller has told us he wants to get him early touches, get him a field game. A nice job there making that happen.
To the left side, into the hands of Moore. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
At the Jaguars' 15-yard line.
Moore going in motion. Allen going to give it to Cook. And the Bills are going to have what looks to be a first and goal. He'll take this down to the 10-yard line.
4 yards. That's good for a Bills first down. First down and goal to go.
Here's Cook. Some room to run as he takes it down to the 2-yard line.
At the 2-yard line. A gain of 7 brings up second and goal.
Now here's second and goal. Allen now off the bootleg. And he'll take it on in. Dalton Kincaid. Touchdown, Buffalo. And they get the first points of the game. What a way of starting, Greg. You get the ball. It's what you want to do. Settle into this game on top 6-0.
Mike, how often do we have coaches tell us the importance of playing with the lead? Well, they come take the ball right away on the first drive, all the way down there and strike first. And now the rest of the way, let's see how it plays out.
Tyler Bass now for the... He gets it to go, and the Bills will take a 7-0 lead.
Jaguars 0. Tyler Bass.
Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. On the return, it's Parker Washington. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. So here come the Jaguars, and Greg, it brings out Trevor Lawrence. Many ups and downs in his first year 5 for the former #1 overall pick out of Clemson.
You think back just a few years ago, Mike, Trevor Lawrence coming out of Clemson, he was regarded as one of the top quarterback prospects of the last decade, and at times he's fit the billing, but it's been the inconsistency, protect the ball, turnovers. If he can clean up a lot of those miscues, he could be one of the top quarterbacks in this league.
And that one's incomplete, but a late flag comes in. Looked like he might have gotten there early.
Automatic first down.
Now to throw on first down. Open right side. That strains the tight end. He's not going to get too far. Tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Brings up second.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started. I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked, and with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
Third, they need 8. They put Strange in motion. Lawrence from the gun here on third down, and that is incomplete.
That's just a brutal miss, especially on third down. If he delivers a good ball, Mike, that's a completion, first down, and this drive is alive. And I think he just tried to be a little too perfect, and he overshoots his target. He's not there in time to reel it in.
The Bills offense ready now for their second drive. They've got the lead, and they'll set forth trying to build on it, and they're going to do that with excellent field position. Zone read, a handoff here to Cook. And this defense not fooled by the option they put the running back, and they get him down for no gain.
I know it's easy from up in the booth, Mike, but I think that's one of those zone reads where the quarterback needs to pull it and keep it himself. The defense was clearly keyed on the running back. Not much room in there. No gain.
In motion, Shakir. To the air. On second down, here's Allen. That is going to be called in. He's got it. Khalil Shakir. Touchdown, Bills.
All week we're going to see this play be run over and over as a highlight of the quarterback and the receiver. But, Mike, the part that people don't give enough credit to, in order to get a downfield shot, you have to have time, and what a great job by the offensive line allowing the quarterback to be comfortable enough in the pocket, let those deeper routes develop, be on time and accurate with the ball, and that's why this play is going to be a highlight all week. Let's give the big guys up front some credit.
Extra point try by Bass. It's up and through, and the Bills move out on top, 14-0. Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. Washington now to return it. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Jaguars offense ready to see what they can do on their second possession. Here's carry number 1 for Travis Etienne. He'll try to get back to the line, but he's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
It's a loss of 2.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. That's into the hands of Travis Etienne. Nice gain here. He's going to be marked down at the 35-yard line. A gain of 11 on that one. First down, Jacksonville.
First down.
It's so early in the game, you have to be careful now as coaches and players that you don't find yourself trailing early and get out of your game plan. There is so much time left. Stick to what you've worked on all week. There's plenty of time to chip away and see if you can make this thing close come the fourth quarter.
And he'll be out of bounds. A pickup, though, of 6.
Out of bounds at the 41-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second and 4.
From the 41, here's second and 4. Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. 1st and 10. Run the toss here to ETN. And he'll get about 5.
He's brought down at the 37-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
So, from the 37, here's 2nd down. Lawrence gives this one to ETN. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
The key to great defensive line play is the get-off. When that ball moves, how fast can you get off the ball and get into the backfield? That's exactly what we saw here. Quick read, react, get off the block, take him down for a loss.
3rd and 7. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. A throw on the move is caught. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively. And now, decision time. What are you going to do on 4th down?
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
Lawrence to throw for it on 4th down. He'll find his tight end. It's Strange. And he's going to have the Jaguars' 1st down. They find a way to convert on 4th down and pick up 10 yards.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get him the ball, pick up the 1st down.
And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
That is hauled in at the 5. And he will get into the end zone. Travis Hunter. Touchdown, Jaguars.
When you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
The point by Little is good. And the Jaguars are on the board. It's now 14-7. Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. Now Codrington to return. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. So now here comes the Buffalo offense heading back out onto the field. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Play fake, it's Allen. That's to the left side where he's got Kincaid. And he's out of bounds. They're going to mark him at the 35. It's a gain of 10. That's enough for a quick 1st down.
Now this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective. So they go with the first down run, hoping to just get them some positive yards and get themselves into a good second down situation, but now they find themselves in second and long. So the more you give defenses the opportunity, Mike, to defend you one-dimensionally, so in this case, only playing you in the pass, it stresses your protection, it stresses your play caller, and ultimately, it stresses your quarterback.
And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. Good-looking screenplay there, a gain of 11 and a first down.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. But think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
Really nice job here defensively, not only to get the penetration and to clog those run lanes, but they're able to take him down behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. From the gun, throw here for Allen. This one not quite on target. Let him too much. That one falls incomplete.
And when you look down the field, Mike, there's just really nobody creating any real separation, and instead, he tries to give one of his guys a 50-50 contested catch opportunity, but with the coverage as tight as it was, it just falls incomplete.
The tight end, Kincaid, in motion. On 3rd down, it's Allen. Down the field, but it falls incomplete.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring 4th down right in the face.
So on 4th down, the Bills send out Brad Robbins to punt. Parker Washington awaits for the Jaguars. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The Jaguars offense back onto the field for their next possession. Give it to Etienne to start this drive. And he'll be met in the backfield and dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
This play here, Mike, is just all about the get-off of the defensive line. Watch how fast they go when that ball is snapped. Nowhere for this running back except to go down for a loss.
So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14. So we've played 1 quarter here on a Monday night. The Bills with the early advantage. More after this. You're watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Jaguars with the ball as quarter number 2 begins. And they've got 2nd and long, 2nd and 14. From the gun, a give to Etienne. And he works his way through an opening. Up past the 35. Nice run for 8 on that one.
It's a gain of 8. And it brings up 3rd down.
3rd and 6. To throw. Lawrence. Taking off. He'll try to get there.
Lawrence scrambles from the pocket. Stood on the stop. A gain of 9 yards. 1st down, Jaguars.
Having a quarterback with this ability to run is such an X factor in today's NFL. It's an element of their offense that you have to be prepared for on every single play. Here we see it on 3rd down. Starts out as a pass. Nowhere to go with the ball. He tucks it, turns into a runner. Picks up the 1st down.
This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up second down. Parker Washington was the intended receiver. It's second down. Here's Lawrence. This one caught left side. That's Strange. And nice work there after the catch. He's a little short of the first down after a gain of 7.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
Now, on 3rd and 2, they'll try and throw for it. Oh, they try to throw it back across his body, but it's intercepted. Picked off by their rookie first-round pick.
And these are the types of plays they envisioned when they invested a first-round pick on this defensive back just a few months ago. I mean, he's entered the league, Mike, with a reputation for having almost offensive wide receiver-type ball skills. And those ball skills were certainly on full display that time.
The Bills' offense ready to get back at it. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. From the gun, here is Allen. And no chance to turn and go. Good for just a couple.
A 2-yard gain brings up second down at the 41-yard line.
Second down, they need 7. Play clock has expired. They're not going to get this one off on top.
Still second down.
Allen now on second down. We'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
Complete to Elijah Moore. It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 5.
3rd and 5. From the gun, Josh Allen. This one down the field, but it'll wind up incomplete. Khalil Shakir, the intended target. And that'll set up 4th down.
Big decision here on 4th down. It just seemed like a really wasted possession to go 3 and out, not able to pick up a single first down. Not only do you not able to gain any field position advantage, it really takes a lot of the wind out of your sails as you find yourself jogging off the field and the punt team coming on.
Now a fair catch, and it's going to be a long field. They'll take over right about their own 13. Here comes the Jacksonville offense now, heading back onto the field. They'll begin inside their own 15-yard line, so a lot of real estate to cover. It's 1st and 10. They go play action for Lawrence. That's complete. He finds Brian Thomas. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard. 19 yards right away to kick off this drive.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice first down pickup.
That one way too slow in developing. They rally to the ball, they get the man, and it's no good.
It's a really good job defensively. The key is you don't want your defensive linemen to overcommit to rushing the passer, and you don't want your linebackers and secondary dropping too deep defending the pass. In this case, all three levels played disciplined, good football with good vision. And that's why they're able to stop him for no gain.
Left side, caught by Hunter. Oh, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
A gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
Throwing is Lawrence. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
So the hope is your 1/3 down conversion from really jump-starting a possession that ultimately leads in points. But after that 3rd down incompletion, kind of throws a wrench into those plans.
On 4th down, here's the AFC Pro Bowler from a year ago, Logan Cook to punt. Back deep for Buffalo is Brandon Codrington. That's fielded at about the 18. And it'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Bills offense headed back to take over once more. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. From the shotgun, it's Allen. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 4. From the gun, it's Allen. He'll find his running back, Cook. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
It's really just an extended handoff. Get the ball out wide to your running back in space and make the defense tackle him. That's really all this is. Something small turns into a nice pickup.
So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. They'll set up the screen to Cook. And he's out of bounds. Gain of 4. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
Oh, in trouble, and down he goes. The 2-time Pro Bowler, Josh Allen, getting in to drop him. It's a loss of 6, and it's 3rd down.
When you can win so fast as an edge rusher, you put so much pressure on the quarterback to speed everything up. He can sense that pressure coming either from his front or back side. It either speeds up and leads to an errant throw, or in this case, it leads to a sack.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. That's Palmer, the man in motion. On 3rd down, it's Josh Allen. And that is incomplete. Tyson Campbell that time, able to knock it away.
Solid rep there for this corner, Mike. I mean, to stay disciplined with his technique throughout the entire play. So often we see when the ball's put in the air, the defender can panic and they either get a pass interference or they misplay the ball. This time he times it perfectly and forces the incompletion.
On the return, here's Washington. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Jaguars offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. The drive drive begins with a carry from ETN. He looks forward for maybe a yard. Matt Milano there to stop him.
He was brought down by Matt Milano. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 24-yard line.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 9. Lawrence. Pushed out to his left. He's going to run it. And he's going to be out of bounds just beyond midfield. That pickup good for 29 yards.
Touchdown, Jacksonville.
This is an element to his game that we don't necessarily spend a lot of time talking about. He's not known as a traditional runner at the quarterback position. But when he has some space like he had here, he is more than capable of not only converting first downs, but picking up big chunk plays.
There's a short one. He's got screens. And he'll get about 3 as he's forced out of bounds.
At the 43-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 43, here's 2nd and 7. Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. That's caught over the middle by Thompson. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. They gain 18 yards on that run. That's good for a Jaguar. First down.
And that was just a simple read that time. He knew his guy was going to come open in the middle of the field based on the look they gave. All he had to do was let the play develop and then deliver a strike to pick up the first down.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to ETN.
I think every running back's dream is that he's going to run through a wide open hole and have breakaway touchdowns, but that's not necessarily the case very often in the NFL. So the backs that are the best are the ones that can get more yardage than maybe what's blocked for. And I think this is a nice physical gain here that they can continue to build off of as the game unfolds.
Once again, it's ETN. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
Now the offensive coordinator's got a decision on his hand, Mike. It was 2nd and 1. He decides to go with a conservative run, gets stopped for no gain. He's in the exact same position now on 3rd down. Does he try to change it up, or does he just turn around and hand it off again?
They'll try to sneak it here. Trying to find any seam he can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's 4th down.
I know it's early in this game, but in my mind, that's 4-down territory, and certainly now the coach doesn't have to make that decision. He keeps it on the ground on 3rd and short, gets a fresh set of downs, and now they got to see if they can come away with some points.
On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. To throw is Lawrence. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
Now 2nd down throw for Lawrence. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose, and it's going to force 3rd down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. When that defender's bearing down, you really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
He'll try to run for it. The Bills will use the first of their timeouts as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down is looming.
But it's 4th down.
Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. That is incomplete. Now they elected to throw on 4th and short. It does not work out. They turn it over on down. The Bills offense ready for this next possession. We'll see how they want to attack things here, backed up deep in their own end. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Allen. Off he goes. And so much of being backed up, he takes this beyond the 25-yard line. But even 20 yards, impressive start to this drive.
You can see here, Mike, the impact that sending your receivers deep does to the defense. You add so many layers, and the defense has to get so much depth in their pass coverage. It leaves a lot of room underneath, and that's exactly what the quarterback takes advantage, tucks the ball down, turns into a runner, picks up the 1st down. You know, Mike, early in my time in Carolina, we were kind of on the forefront of this NFL zone read revolution. Cam Newton, one of the best to ever do it. I have seen up close and personal, when you run the zone read the right way, it is a nightmare for a defense to defend.
That's over the middle to his tight end, Kincaid. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
That's good.
You know, Mike, these crossing routes, you just see them being used more and more often. And really, it's because it's good against any defense. And what it does is it creates separation. It allows some of your best players to catch the ball on the move. And that short throw oftentimes turns into a long run.
And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line. Now a timeout, Buffalo. They're second as it comes to 22 seconds remaining till halftime. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Operating out of the gun, here comes Allen. To the middle of the field, caught by Shakir. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line. 10 yards for number 10 on that one, and it's 1st and 10.
1st and 10.
And with just 4 seconds left in the 1st half, a timeout is called. Tyler Bass on to try the field goal. This one from 52 yards away. Bass's kick is good. And the Bills will tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the 1st half.
Nice job there securing points with that final play. Of course, they would have loved to have come away from that possession with a touchdown, but I think they're going to be happy with 3 going into the break.
Just 1 second remaining in this 1st half, and they will kick it away. Here comes the return from a yard or 2 deep. And he's going to be taken down. That is going to do it for us in this 1st half. Halftime coming up. We'll get you down to Scott Hansen and our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Scott, thank you. 2nd half drawing near. So good to have you back with us here on EA Sports. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. The Jags offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. They find themselves down 17-7 as this drive starts 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up second down. Travis Hunter was the intended target. And it'll lead to a second down. Now here's Lawrence. Now a screen set up for Etienne. And that one's not fooling anyone. They were on that screen from the start, and a loss of yards on the play.
The best defenders can just sense when a screen is coming. They can tell the body language of the offensive lineman's pass set. They can tell on the drop of the quarterback. It just doesn't look right. It's exactly the case here. Great job getting to the back and taking him down for a loss.
Lawrence from the gun here on third down. He'll try and get there on the ground. You can't beat a running quarterback. Gain of 16 and a first down.
Brought down at the 39-yard line. A gain of 16 yards. And the Jaguars first down.
The defensive line has to do a better job of contain rushing, especially on third down. Mike, you can't rush one-on-one. You have to rush as a unit. Keep the quarterback in the pocket. When you let him get loose, this is what's going to happen.
He'll let this one go. Deep for Thomas. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up second down.
And they got the look they were hoping for, one-on-one on the outside. He's just unable to hold on to it through contact, and I think that was a big opportunity missed.
Lawrence now on. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Maxwell Harrison.
Well, Mike, I think it's pretty clear what the message was by this head coach at halftime. He said, listen, guys, we're behind. We're trailing. We're going to come out early in this second half and be aggressive from the get-go and cut into this deficit. But oftentimes, reckless decision-making, over-aggressive play calling leads to turnovers. Now, this defense finds themselves heading back out onto the field a little earlier than expected, but they need to hold serve and keep this score right where it is.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Tight end going in motion here. 1st and 10, and it's Allen. To the left side, it's caught by Shakir. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
It's a gain of
18 yards on the connection. First down, Buffalo.
Let's give some credit to this offensive line. Once they identified the blitz, you could see them communicating with one another to make sure everybody is on the same page, and that's what gave the quarterback enough time and found the open man.
The side that open man is nuts. And he'll be out of bounds. A pickup, though, of 6.
A 6-yard pickup.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Second down and 3. From the gun, throw here, and he's going to be taken down back at the 20-yard line. That is Josh Hines-Allen from his defensive end spot to record the sack.
If there's one positive remaining, it's the fact that they're still in scoring position, but with the way they've been able to move the ball down here in the red zone, They're thinking 6, but after that last sack, their chances of converting here for a touchdown have gotten a lot more difficult.
Third down and 9.
Hey, motion.
From the gun, here is Allen. And that is incomplete. Joshua Palmer was the intended receiver. And it's going to be fourth down.
So you find yourself down here in the red zone. This is where it's critical for the quarterback, Mike, to understand he's only got 2 options. Put the ball in a spot where your guy can catch it, or in a spot where nobody can catch it. Unfortunately for them, this time ends up being the latter.
Pass's kick is good. And the Bills add on to their lead. So the mistake there, the roughing call on the field goal, they'll take the 3 points off the board, keep possession of the ball, and have it first down. From the gun, Jaguars. He pulls it in around the 5.
Complete to Khalil Shakir. A 4-yard gain brings up second and goal at the 5-yard line.
Now here's second and goal. Here's Cook, and he is going the long way. Tackled back at the 7.
He was taken down behind
And now with that stop on second and goal, the defense really flips the advantage to their own favor. Third and goal from this length. I think now they can play a lot more pass-heavy defense and not be so concerned with the run game.
That's Palmer, the man in motion. Allen going to throw here on third and goal. He's got it at the 3. To the goal line and in. Joshua Palmer. Touchdown, Buffalo. Here's Bass now for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Bills up their lead. It's now 24-7. Scott, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to kickoff of this second half. Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. On the return, it's Tank Bigsby. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. There's Trevor Lawrence as he and the Jaguars get set for their next drive. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with a way to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go. And he's turned a number of those into big plays. Lawrence now to throw on first down. That one out of the reach of the receiver's outstretched arms. It is incomplete. Brian Thomas, the intended receiver. And that will lead to a second down.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. The question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out.
A gain there of 10 yards. First down, Jacksonville.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up second down at the 45-yard line.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's second and 3. Now a handoff. ETN. And he's going to have that first down across midfield and down to the 46-yard line.
And the offensive line does a really nice job winning this play at the point of attack. And once he got the ball, all he had to really do was just find a crease and hit it, and he's able to pick up the first down.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it first and 10. They'll run it once more with ETN. This time the sliding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
Second down, Lawrence. This one is caught, and it's the tight end, Strange. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
A 5-yard pickup on the play. And it's third down.
Here's a third down and 4. Throwing is Lawrence. That's deep for the back of the end zone. That one broken up in the end zone, and it's incomplete. What great work just to get those hands up there, and now it's fourth down.
Well, if you're going to target him in the end zone, you better come correct, man, because this guy, he embraces those moments of one-on-one coverage when it matters the most, and I think he just saved 6 by getting his hands on that one.
Jaguars ready to punt this one away, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. And that's going to work out well. Out of bounds, and they mark it inside the 5-yard line. The Bills offense and the wideout getting set to go once more. They'll operate from their own 3-yard line as they try to put something together here on this drive. It's first and 10. To start this drive, into the secondary, past the 15, and so much of being backed up, he takes this beyond the 25-yard line. An ideal beginning to this drive, 24 on the first play.
Big hole up the middle. The interior of this offensive line did a great job clearing some space. The back saw it quick, and he hit it. And next thing you know, he was in the secondary for a big pickup.
On play action, Allen. And he's got Homer. It's complete. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. They are cooking to begin this drive. This play going for 30 yards.
And it's the arm talent, Mike. It's on full display. His ability to step up in the pocket, get everything behind that ball, and throw a laser downfield. That's not a throw that all quarterbacks in the NFL are capable of making. And I think it was pretty good defense. Just turned out to be a better throw.
Strong running there. He brings this down inside the 25. They get 21 on that one. Good for a Bills first down.
It's the combination of size and speed that really differentiates Josh Allen from the rest of the quarterbacks in the league. So it makes a lot of sense that they're going to get the ball in his hands as often as possible, and we just saw why there.
Fake the handoff, and now it's Allen. He'll run again.
Initially, they do a really nice job taking away his first and second read, but what they fail to do is account for him as a runner. He ends up making something positive out of a play that initially didn't look like it had much of a chance.
They'll come up now for second down and 4. He'll run the draw with Cook. And he's into the end zone. And they are making it look easy. James Cook, touchdown, Bills.
You just don't see these kind of holes too often at this NFL level, Mike, and you can see once he got the ball, the clear line to the end zone, he doesn't get touched, and an unfortunate defensive breakdown here ends up costing him 6 points.
Pass now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Bills will extend this third quarter lead. Scott, thanks. I bet you there's two different, very different, in fact, halftime speeches from the head coaches as we get set for half number 2. Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. Washington now to return it. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Jaguars offense ready to take over possession of the football. They're in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. Going to keep this himself. Probably should have given that one up. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
Oftentimes, the more success you have as a quarterback keeping the ball, the more attention that you're going to get from the defense, and I think that's exactly the case here. They've been burned a few times by this guy already today, but this time they were ready for him.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Lawrence now. Throw left side, taken in by Thomas. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line. It's a gain of 10 yards. That's good for a Jaguar first down. Back to throw. Lawrence. There's Hunter. It's complete. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
Second down at the 42-yard line.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd down and 6. Lawrence. They'll try to hit him with a screen. He's going to be out of bounds, but he's got the first down. A pickup of 8.
Doing a nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself in your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
On 1st and 10, Lawrence. To the left side, caught by Hunter.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
From the 46, here's 2nd and 6. Play action now. It's Lawrence. Nowhere to go. He is taken down. Greg Russo in for the sack. It's a loss of 9 and sets up 3rd down.
3rd and 15.
So, 3 quarters have come and gone. Back with more Monday Night Football after this. So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. There's a short one. He's got strains. And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the 1st down. It's going to bring up 4th down.
Nice job here by the defense. They understood this quarterback is looking to push this ball downfield, past the line to gain, and he's got no choice but to check it down short to the tight end, rally tackle, and brings up 4th down.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. This one, incomplete. The defense up to the challenge there. They force the incompletion, and they'll take the ball over on down. So now here comes the Buffalo offense heading back out onto the field. They'll have a short field in front of them as they try to extend this lead out further. Here's Allen. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd.
Well, I think the 2 of us kind of looked at each other up here in the booth, Mike, like, oh, a little surprised they're still throwing the ball at this stage of the game with the lead. But when you've had as much success through the air that they've had today, I don't think I can blame them for trying to pad the stats a little bit.
Now Allen to throw on 2nd down. Was brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Moore going in motion. On 3rd down, it's Josh Allen. He'll step up and run this. Strong running there. He brings this down inside the 25. They get an even 20 on that one. 1st down, Buffalo.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
This is an element that defensively you always have to be ready to defend. You can't just accept that it's a pass and be so consumed with the receivers downfield. You have to account for the quarterback as a scrambler. You can see why, as he's able to get out of the pocket and pick up the 1st down.
And that'll be a pickup of 3.
At the 21-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 21, here's 2nd down and 7. They send the tight end in motion. Once again, it's Cook. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
23-yard line.
Back's doing everything in his power to try to get that ball around the edge to the boundary, but just great pursuit there by this linebacker, staying with his angles, running through contact, and he makes the play behind the line.
That's Palmer, the man in motion. On third down, it's Allen. He's got his man. Right side. It's complete. 11 yards on the pass there. Good for a Bills first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
And that throw just seems like the cherry on top of what has been an incredible day for this quarterback. And I wouldn't be surprised here late if we get to see the backup after this drive. And there's one guy in the stadium that has earned the right to stand on the sideline and relax. It's this quarterback.
To the left side, into the hands of Moore.
Just take what the defense is giving you. And you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game. Now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
Play action now, and here's Allen. And that's going to wind up uncatchable out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
Nice rep here by the defense. They go man coverage, takes away all the threats downfield, and with nothing open, he has no choice but just kind of throw a contested ball, hope for the best, and just falls incomplete.
On third down, it's Allen. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag comes in. That might make this a first down. Design run here for Allen. No, he's not going to get in. In fact, they've shoved him backwards.
I think this is one of those cases, Mike, where simple is better than creative. They try to get fancy, and not only do they not get the ball into the end zone, they don't even get the ball back to the original line of scrimmage. We're going to see here, this could end up costing them 6 points.
Allen going to give it to Cook. And nothing developed there. He'll get back to the 5, and that's all.
Give credit to this defense, Mike. Their back's against the wall, and they're standing tall so far. Nothing on those first 2 runs. We'll see what the offense has in store now as they bring up third down.
Third and goal. Operating out of the gun, here comes Allen. That is caught, and he's in. Dawson Knox. Touchdown, Buffalo. And that touchdown probably, Greg, ends any small hopes of a comeback on the other side.
Yeah, and I think those chances, Mike, were small to begin with, but with that last score, I think this one is pretty much over.
Now Baz to tack on the extra point. He's got it. And the Bills will add one more onto their big lead. Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. Bigsby to return it. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Jaguars offense starting to trot out for this next possession. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. give it to ETN to start this drive. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's second down.
Brings up second down.
From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. A throw on the move is caught. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. That's good for 27 and a first down.
First down.
And this completion certainly won't be changing the outcome of the game by any means, but I do think there is something to be said for teams that continue to fight. They continue to try to at least finish this game and have something to build off of going into next week.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up second and 4 at the 39-yard line.
Ball on the 39. Here's second and 4. Lawrence out to Hunter. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first
It's a
down.
gain of 3. Brings up third and inches.
You don't need much. It is third and inches. It's the quarterback with the sneak. Trying to find any seam he can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's fourth down. They'll come up here, first and 10. Lawrence gives this one to ETN. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3.
He's brought down at the 31. A 3-yard pickup brings up second and 7.
From the 31, here's second and 7. Here's Lawrence to throw. This one caught left side, that's screen. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
Gain of 6 yards.
Not the biggest gain in the world, Mike, but what I really like from the quarterback is just the timing of the drop, the timing of the delivery, and hopefully this can jumpstart this offense in the right direction.
They'll run the sneak, and he's going to be taken down here. Looks like a pretty good spot, though. Yes, he's got it. That's a first down. On first down, Lawrence. Quick slant. He's got Hunter. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard at the 13-yard line.
A good spot here, second and a yard. On the give, it's ETN. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the first down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on third down.
So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. We'll come back and finish this one off. After this, looking to convert for the third time on this drive. They'll need another here. It's third and 2. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And he's going to have the first down. They convert on third, and it sets up a first and goal.
Nothing really fancy about that last completion, but what it does do, Mike, is now they are on the doorstep of the end zone. So now they've got to find a way to finish this long drive with a touchdown.
They'll run it here with ETN. And this one blown up. Good surge will drop him A loss on the play, back to the 9-yard line.
Second and goal.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on second and goal.
Second down, Lawrence. This one's pulled in by Thomas.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
Lawrence from the gun here on third down. That one, taken in, middle of the end zone. Brenton Strange. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
At this stage of the game, the score is really irrelevant. You want to build something positive towards the end of this game, and I think that score will help do just that.
Here's Cam Little for the PAT. The kick is good. And the Jaguars are able to cut into the deficit.
Jaguars 14.
So the late score gets them a bit closer to respectability. They'll try to get even closer with an onside kick.
Recovering an onside kick has really become kind of a lost art nowadays, Mike. You just don't see it very often. You're trying to find where's the weak link, where's the hole in the recovery unit. Kicker's got to put the ball there, and then it's just a race to recover it.
Lawrence now to throw on first down. This one complete to Washington. And he's very close to a first down. He's out after a pickup of 9.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and inches at the 41-yard line.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's second and inches. Throwing is Lawrence. Now a screen set up for ETN. And that is going nowhere in a hurry. Finally taken down well behind the line.
And that's a really heads-up play by the defender, Mike. Once he diagnosed the screen, he immediately puts himself in position to make the play. This offense just winds up going backwards.
They need 8 as they come up for third down. Now Lawrence. Left side, caught by Hunter. The Jags will use the first of their timeouts here, and they'll stop it with 28 seconds to go in the game.
First down, Jacksonville.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Lawrence now. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. Now a timeout for Jacksonville. They're second, and they stop it with 22 ticks left on the clock here in the fourth.
At the 29-yard line.
Second and a yard. Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. That's completed to ETN. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8. Now the Jags will use their third and final timeout, and they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Lawrence. Here's a short one. He's got screen.
Lawrence's pass complete to Brenton Strange. A gain of 7 brings up 2nd down at the Bills.
So the Bills Mafia goes home happy. It's a win for Buffalo. They take care of business here at home. It's a game they were expected to win. They had no problems in the end as they cruise to victory. And that'll do it for my partner Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Bills are victorious as we say so long from Buffalo.